The time has come.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back again. So in today's video, I wanted to do my review for Kingdom Kong, which is the prequel graphic novel to Godzilla vs. Kong. So this takes place in 2021 after the events of Kong Skull Island. So Kingdom Kong is about a group of highly skilled Monarch pilots that are sent to Skull Island to do a Hollow Earth mission. One of the pilots named Audrey has dealt with Camazotz before. They do mention Nathan Lynn's brother in this graphic novel, who was David Lynn. And you come to find out that David Lynn actually just wants to assemble a team so that he can do the impossible. Explore the Hollow Earth. Dr. Houston Brooks also returns again in Kingdom Kong, and Dr. Brooks reveals that he finds a cave above the vortex that leads to the Hollow Earth. He also points out that this entrance was sealed back in 2012. You come to find out too that the only entrances to the Hollow Earth are through the Marianas Trench and through Antarctica. And with the pilots involved, David Lynn assembles his team so that they can fly through the vortex that they later study. Dr. Eileen Andrews has been busy translating some hieroglyphics for Dr. Brooks. They turn out to be an Iwi legend about a huge storm and a battle against the sun. Some of these hieroglyphics were found near the vortex. While those are being discovered, the pilots go through a lot of hell on Skull Island. The pilots fight for their lives against new creatures like the Spirit Tiger, Death Jackals. They also get themselves involved with the Mother Longlegs, Psycho Vultures, the list goes on. Eventually, these pilots do end up getting saved by Kong, and you come to find out for the most part that Kong is on this island because he is just made to fight to survive. And with Kong being the biggest monkey out of all of them, Brooks does wonder if any of his ancestors, if they have lived long enough, on this island to grow up to that fucking size. And Dr. Brooks does come up with a couple theories, and one of them was talking about, how maybe Kong does not belong here on this island after all. And with the island being unbalanced, maybe it's a big sign to let Kong know that it is finally time to go back where he belongs to. So the sooner that they open the cave, the better it will be for Kong. More Iwi legends do end up being discovered. They do talk about more descriptions of Camazotz himself, how he's the king of the deep, how the darkness will swallow the world, and how the sun will die on his tongue. Kong eventually comes across a huge cave, but the humans place dynamites around it, so once they blow it up, that did trigger Kong. And after the explosion, you just hear a giant high-pitched scream that actually hurts Kong's ears, and you come to find out that deep underground, that's Camazotz. Camazotz does not like the sun, so of course he covers up the sun in complete darkness while he also fights Kong. And Camazotz also has a swarm of giant little bats that actually attack the pilots. Eventually, Audrey does face Camazotz once again, and at first she was kind of holding back and freezing, but eventually she pulled herself together and said, "Nah, I ain't scared of you no more." She makes her plane hit Camazotz right in the face as she ejects out of it, and that causes Camazotz to go blind as he hits the floor. Kong beats the shit out of Camazotz and then just throws his ass back in the crater with his swarm. He saves Audrey as she falls in the palm of his hand, and she thanks him. And it was a victorious day for both Kong and the pilots. Dr. Brooks talks to Dr. Andrew about how he's gonna finally retire, and the reason why he wants to retire is because his poor judgment nearly had him screwed over with Monarch. He also talks about how the superstorm has now overtaken Skull Island. It's also revealed by Dr. Eileen Andrews that the ecosystem has been completely altered and that they already began to evacuate the Iwi because it's no longer safe for them on Skull Island. Dr. Brooks states that they just robbed the home of the Iwi and that Monarch has no right to stay after the shit that they pulled on Skull Island. He is the one that leaves it all to the hands of Dr. Andrews to keep Monarch's people safe. And based off her hypothesis, Kong's status as an apex predator makes him more of a target towards other titans. And if he ever leaves this island, Kong is gonna have to face Godzilla. And all that Dr. Brooks said after that was that as long as Kong is kept safe here in this dome facility, it won't happen. David Lynn also shows up at the end, and Dr. Eileen Andrews tries to tell him to call off the Hollow Earth expedition, but he's all like, "Nope, He can't because the US government, NASA, and the United Nations, they are all relying on that data to be recovered from the Hollow Earth. And no matter how risky this mission is, this Hollow Earth mission is very important to David Lin. So that kind of clears up why we don't see him in Godzilla vs. Kong, and also why he died prior to the mission in the Hollow Earth. The main pilot, Audrey, requested some personal leave to take care of some stuff, and while the Iwi are being evacuated on these aircrafts called Ospreys, you also do see Gia being involved in that evacuation. I know that Dr. Eileen Andrews talks about how the Iwi people were wiped out from this storm, but I'm gonna assume that the ones that evacuated on the Ospreys were the survivors, but the ones that got left behind were the ones that just did not make it on the island. Kong goes back to that same huge cave that he walked across to earlier, and inside that huge cave, he finds a painting of one of his ancestors fighting against Godzilla, and that causes Kong to just get mad. He's all like, it's Godzilla. And then that's pretty much it. I ended up learning some new things about the new creatures on Skull Island, starting with Titanus Camazotz. He is about 164 feet in body height. He's also about 402 feet in wingspan. Camazotz's name translates to Death Bat. He also flies on torn leather wings that are filled with razor blades of jagged bone. He also controls a massive hellswarm of infernal creatures that devour the sun and enshroud the earth in permanent midnight. This new creature is called Tigress Spiritus. He's about 15 feet in length. And what you come to find out about Tigress Spiritus is that it's one of those elegant, mysterious creatures on this island. It's up to the point where even people think that they hallucinate on first sight. The serrated stripes on its body are composed of epithermal leaves that shimmer, and when people observe too close to the spirit tiger, people end up feeling dizziness and illness and actually have the ability to hear the creature's heart beating in the center of their heads. And Iwi markings translate his name to Majesty of the Winds. As for the death jackals, pretty much they're just ravenous predatorial creatures that actually are known to prey on each other or kill themselves when food is hard to find. They can also be extremely violent and hostile, and they make up about only between 6 to 12 feet tall. And as for the psychovultures, they just look like bald bats that are just mentally insane. Is this worth the buy? Damn right it is! But I will say this requires a lot more reading because this has human characters involved. So get ready for lots of mental reading. The artwork in this graphic novel though, same fucking shit as Godzilla Dominion. It's just so gorgeous. Especially for the humans though. There were a couple shots in there, I'm just going like, damn, this looks like a damn movie. Like, I kind of wish that visually, both of these books were made into a movie. This graphic novel kind of did help clear up some of the plot holes that were kind of not there in Godzilla vs. Kong. A lot of things do make a lot more sense now. I'm telling you guys, do not miss out on these. These are worth the buy. You have got to get these. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if you guys are new to this channel, please smash the like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on that bell. And I will see you guys the next time. Peace.